This is my journey to over $130,000 with my digital marketing agency. What's up, everybody? In today's video, this is something that most gurus, internet marketers, whatever you want to call it, they don't do this. They don't show the results. They don't show the journey. They don't show how it's done. They only sell you or show you the Lambos, the nice cars, the watches, whatever it is. But in today's video, I want to share with you guys my exact journey on, what I did exactly throughout my entire journey to building my agency from scratch, literally from 0 to 6 figures, making over 10K per month consistently. And did it all without any marketing experience or knowledge or any tech skills. I built it all in this little bedroom of mine. There's a little chair, there's a little corner, whatever you want to call it. And so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing all that with you guys. So stick around. You're going to learn exactly what the journey was like to building this agency to 6 figures. And now we're, progressing towards that 7 figures, hopefully by next year. But we're going to keep that momentum rolling, get things going, keep it going. And so, hopefully you guys appreciate this video, and I believe this video deserves a big thumbs up. If you do like it, give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. We're currently at about 906 subscribers. Been doing this for over a year now almost. It's crazy. We're in the month of July. I started my YouTube channel last July. That's when I started documenting my journey to building my agency and things like that. So for those of you that has been with me since day one or stuck around, or even if you recently found me, I appreciate y'all's support, and thanks for tuning in. And subscribe to the channel if you guys want more content like this on growing your digital marketing agency. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the journey here. Move that thing around. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize myself here. Let's do it. So here are the numbers. This is something that most people on the internet aren't going to show you, right? They're going to show you everything else that you want to see, but I'm gonna get dirty, get down, get in, get dirty on it, and show you guys, tell you guys all the tough things that actually happen, because it's not easy, guys. Just because you start a digital marketing agency doesn't mean you're going to start being successful and making that 10K income. And I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. You guys have to hustle, put in the work, put systems in place, and really build it the right way. There's no shortcut to it. So if you do want to build a digital marketing agency, be prepared to put in work. It's not buy this course or do this exactly. It's really put in the grind, put in the work, and building out your agency from scratch. So I'm going to start. This isn't when I started my agency, actually. I started my agency in November of 2018. Today is July 12th. And so as you can see here, we have grossed over a total of $130,000. The average spend per customer is about $2,700. And we netted about, after Stripe fees and things like that, we netted $120,000. So we started in November, right? As you can see here, $0. Didn't know what I was doing because I'm doing this myself. And I took a course online, and I was infatuated by this SMMA thing. So I wanted to dive in deeper. At the time, I was figuring out how I'm going to make more money, quit my 9-to-5, and live this lifestyle where people are claiming, where you can get time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And obviously, I didn't really believe it at first. I know that you can get that type of freedom to an extent, but when I see like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, kids doing it, I'm like, all right, this is a joke. This is a lie. They're probably just saying it to get more followers, get more people to listen to them and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I jumped into it. I wanted to build out the agency, and I wanted that freedom, right? So I just stuck with it. And obviously, I struggled heavily in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. Even though I took the course, there's a ton of courses out there where it's not really step by step. And so even after I took the course, I was still confused on what I really needed to do. But you know what? You just got to stick with it. As long as you stick with it, no matter what, it doesn't matter if you know it or not. You just got to stick with it, and eventually you're going to figure it out. So gross volume, 132.6 thousand. and we're consistently making about 10K per month. We're in July, we have 3, 4, 5 more months, so I'm expected on a minimal side make an extra $50,000 to close end up the year. Hopefully we get the momentum stuff picking up, get things rolling with some other things that I'm doing business wise, to really make more than 50,000. 50,000 is the minimal, but hopefully we surpass that. The pandemic, we did take a little dip during the pandemic and stuff, which I explained in the journey here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the journey. So as you can see here, November of 2018, that's when I started my business. And at the time, I didn't even use Stripe. I mean, I created the account, but I didn't do anything with it really. December, didn't see any results again. So now month November, December, 2 months, absolutely no results, no clients yet. And at the time, what I was doing was what was I doing? I was cold emailing. I was doing some cold calls here and there. I hated doing cold calls, so I would make about 5 cold calls a day, get rejected, and then just quit. Right? I was like, all right, this isn't for me. But I would still try to make those cold calls. For those of you who are comfortable with doing cold calls, amen to you guys, because that is a tough thing to do. That wasn't for me. So in December, that's what I was doing. I was doing cold calls, I was sending out cold emails, and I was offering free trials, free work and things like that. And I did get something. I did get free work out of it, just to get experience, get some video testimonials here and there. But that never led to any customers, but I did feel more comfortable. I'm like, okay, well, there's people that are in need of this, right? I just need to get better results for these people. So I was offering free trials and things like that. And I was having leads. I was having people come in who were interested in what I had to say, interested in what I had to offer, sell, interested in my services pretty much. So I knew that there was a market for this, at least, right? I didn't make any money from it, but I knew that people were interested in it. In January, same thing, didn't make any money. But before I go any further, I also want to give context here. Before I had my digital marketing agency and I was providing Google ads and high converting landing pages and lead generation to high niches, high paying affluent niches, I was offering social media marketing management, right? I was managing people's social medias, businesses, social medias. That was a little bit before November. November was when I was like, all right, I want to go after affluent niches because the social media management didn't work out for me. So just to provide some backstory, before November, I was working with chiropractors managing their social medias for about $500 to $800 a month. And then, for those of you that have been following my story, that didn't work out, right? Because social media management didn't bring in any new customers, right? It's cool that they have a social media presence and things like that. But at the end of the day, if you're not bringing in new customers, making your clients money, then it doesn't make sense for them to continue your services. So that was the reason why that didn't work out for me. So I had to figure out, all right, how can I build a business that's going to be more sustainable and actually give me a comfortable monthly income that I could kind of depend on, because that social media marketing, every single month was like, all right, are they going to stay on? Or are they not going to stay on? So it was always a constant battle of that. And that was kind of, stressful and things like that. So I didn't want to deal with the social media management anymore. And that's why I stepped away from social media management. And I wanted to provide something that was going to give, more value and bring in more customers for my clients that I'm working with, right? So January, so now we're 3 months in, November, December, January, 3 months in, no paying clients, and I'm down, right? I'm feeling not good about myself. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know how these other people are doing it. These gurus, these internet gurus who are claiming that they're making 10, 20, whatever K that they're making online, they're living on the beach, all these cool things. I want that, but it's not possible because I'm doing it. They're saying they're charging $1,500 to $2,500 a month. I'm barely getting away with $500 to $850 for the social media management. I just don't know how it makes sense. I don't know how these gurus are doing it. My hair's getting in my way. I don't know how these gurus are doing it, right? It's just not possible in my mind, right? And so in February, no paying clients again. And I honestly wanted to quit. February was when I wanted to quit. Honestly, this was when I wanted to quit. And right when I was going to quit, my cousin, Brandon, he's a big fan of Grant Cardone, and during February 2019, Grant Cardone hosts a 10x Con 10x show, in Miami, Florida, and I have no idea what this show is about, what this event is about. I don't really know too much about Grant Cardone, except he's like a motivational speaker and he's like into real estate and stuff like that. But this event, he had invited, a lot of speakers, right? He invited, and you're supposed to learn, business mastery stuff. He promoted it as like this, you don't need to go to MBA school to get your business whatever degree. You could just go to this event and learn from the top business people, right? And so I took that opportunity to go. And my cousin Brandon, he reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I have an extra ticket to this." I bought a ticket to go. He bought like a VIP ticket to go to this event. He's a big fan of it. And when he bought this, VIP, on the floor type of ticket event to the event, it gave him an extra ticket. And so he reached out to me. He knew that, I was into the whole entrepreneurship, trying to make some money, whatever. And he was like, "Hey, yo, I got an extra ticket. You want to go to Miami, Florida with me? Just buy your own plane ticket." So I spent about $230 to fly out there. But there was this deal with American Airlines or whatever plane that we took. They said that if I sign up for their credit card, they would give me $200 credit towards that flight. So I signed up for the credit card, got the $200 credits towards it. And I think I paid like $50 in total for that round trip, which was totally worth it. My cousin Brandon, he got the room, the hotel and stuff. He said, "Don't even worry about it. Just, hey, just come along, just buy your own plane ticket," right? So I did that. So I go to this event, no idea what it was. And I listened to all the speakers and stuff like that. And, to be honest with you, it was more of an event for them to sell you on their courses. But I wasn't really there for like I said, I had no idea what was going on, like what the event was about. But I was inspired. I was motivated. Listening to these speakers, listening to people's stories, it motivated me that I need, and all they said throughout the whole event was 10x. You got to 10x everything, right? And I'm just like, you know what? You're right. I got to 10x whatever I'm doing right now. I got to just 10x that to get my agency going. How many ever emails I'm sending out, I got to be able to 10x that. How many ever cold calls or outreach I'm doing right now, I gotta 10x that to get my agency going, right? And so the event, they would have speakers and ranging from digital marketers to real estate to all types of speakers, come, and then they would have, a course for them to sell. And some people, I learned after the event that some people are actually against that event, which I could see why, because they're trying to upsell you on more courses and things like that. But I didn't look at it that way. I took that as an opportunity to see how they were selling the course. There were these speakers, Russell Brunson, he made me believe in ClickFunnels, and I did go with ClickFunnels, and I don't regret it or anything like that. ClickFunnels has helped me generate a lot of money, but just seeing these speakers go on stage, talk about the experience, stories, and like that, and then lead that to their course, that I didn't look at it as like, oh man, he's trying to sell me something. I looked at it more like, okay, how did he engage his audience, and then made his audience buy his course at the end? Because it was crazy. Like at the end of the speech, they would be like, "Hey, I got my course. It's $5,000, $10,000. If you want to buy it, just get up and go over to that table over there to purchase my course." And I would see all these people stand up to go buy this $5,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 course, which was crazy to me, which was mind-blowing to me at the time, because I was like, yo, I'm over here trying to make a sale for $1,000, my services for $1,500, and there's people out there who are buying stuff for $5,000 to $10,000 plus. Like I think there was like up to like $30,000, right? It was crazy. But just the fact that seeing people get up and buying their courses for that amount, it got me really interested in how these speakers were doing that. So I paid attention to their presentation, what they were doing. And so that's how I came to building my VCL presentation, right? I built my VCL presentation to show to my prospects, and that led to me landing more high-paying clients without selling over the phone and stuff like that. So if you don't know about my VCL system, it's in my webinar training. The link's in the description if you want to know more about that, right? So that's February. And that was when I wanted to quit. Honestly, even when it was more, that event was like early February. It was like the second week of February or something like that. But, I come back, I'm hyped, I'm motivated. I still want to grow my digital marketing agency, or I just want to really make money in general. I just didn't know how. But, I didn't know any other way. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to stick with this marketing agency. And, I'm like, all right, I got a 10x, whatever I'm doing, I got a 10x that. I'm motivated, I'm hyped. Let's just try to continue. And so, the month of February goes by, nothing. And, I spent that month of February sort of building out systems. All right, how am I going to do more outreach? How am I going to 10x things, right? How do I make things more efficient? Because I suck at sales. I can't sell for anything. Because mind you, these November, December, January, February, 4 months of, I got leads. I'm hopping on sales calls and things like that, but no one is buying from me. So, and I wasn't even comfortable with hopping on these sales calls in the first place. So I'm like, all right, I'm wasting my money. I'm wasting my time hopping on these sales calls. I suck at it. I'm not good at it. I don't want to get better at it. I just want, to have a system in place that does it for me. And I think it would be a lot more efficient, right? So this was where the turning point was, guys. In the month, that was not the turning point. So February goes by, right? March goes by. I'm building out my system. I'm trying to figure out a much more efficient way to make more sales and get my agency going. So now we are 5 months in. 5 months in, no sales, nothing, right? Nothing. No sales, nothing. 5 months. Think about it, guys. 5 months of grinding, hustling every single day of trying to get this thing to work. I suck at sales. I don't have any marketing experience, except for the fact that in I believe, what month was it in? It might have been in February. No. It was in November or something like that. It was when one of those months I had someone teach me Google Ads, right? So I had a service to provide, right? I was like, all right, mind you, I've never provided this service to anybody yet. Right, and I'm trying to get my first client so I could do that. In March, still building out systems, still doing outreach, have leads coming in, but I was still taking sales calls myself. Didn't make any sales, and I'm like, man, how can I make more sales? How can I land my first client, guys? 5 months, nothing, no marketing experience, no knowledge, don't know how to build a business, no business experience or anything like that, no sales experience, definitely no sales experience. And so when I finally implemented my systems of that VCO system, that was my first system that I really built, was because I sucked at sales. I'm like, all right, need more efficiency, need something to sell for me, VCO system, sell for me, right? And finally, I believe this is the turning point right here, right? That little dip, boom, look at that, guys. April 2019, 6 months. 6 months. On the 6th month, I wanted to give up in February, guys. February, I wanted to give up. That was I wanted to give up, guys. I didn't want to do this anymore. March, I somehow lasted. I was still motivated. I was trying to keep that fire alive. And just when I was about to quit, just when I was going to, go back to work my 9 to 5 and figure it out, figure something else out. April, finally landed my first $2,000 client. My first $2,000 client. And so my VCL system worked, and I was onto something. This was when I was like, you know what? This is possible. If I can find one client that pays me $2,000 every single month, I got to be able to sign much more clients, right? So in April, we made $2,000, signed my first client, and that comes out to be $1,941 net, right? So they took $58.60 or something like that after Stripe fees. But that doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point was that I got my first client, and I got paid $1,900 or $2,000 that month. And this right here was the turning point, guys. This right here was when we're on to that 6-figure agency, right? 6 months of zero, just grinding, hustling, demotivated, motivated, prayed every single night. It was an emotional roller coaster. It was every single night like, man, God, just give me my first client, please. Just give me my first client. Just help me get my agency. Like, just give me my first client, please, you know. And God answered finally. 6 months in, 6 months of praying, putting in the work every single day, figuring it out, failed, tried things, trial and error, right? Finally got my first client. And this was a high-paying client, $2,000. Mind you, I went from selling my social media management services where I drive to the place, create videos, edit the videos, post it on their social media, manage it, and things like that, reply to the comments, whatever, a ton of work for $850 a month. This client, $2,000 a month, work from home, run the Google Ads, high converting landing page, put the lead generation system in place to generate leads from home. And then after you set that campaign, that system up, it's pretty much automated. And you just focus on managing it, optimizing the campaign to get better results. But it was way much more enjoyable. I didn't need to be at a place at a certain time. I didn't need to go anywhere. I didn't need to talk to anybody. I just worked from home. That's exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what, you know, I had set out to do for this digital marketing agency, right? Is to work from home to get that time freedom, get that location freedom, and that financial freedom. So this right here gave me my location freedom, and I'm loving it, right? I'm super loving it. And so I knew that if I can get one client, right, there's much more clients. And so I did everything I can for this client for that month. I had to make sure that I kept this client, right? So I took what I learned in the previous months, you know, the whole Google Ads that my friend had taught me, and I provide the service. And this specific client that paid me $2,000, he had a big issue in the past with prior marketing companies. He had been paying this SEO company $4,000 a month or something like that for I don't remember how long. I think it was about 6 months to 12 months. And he got zero results from it. He sent me an email prior to signing on with me and reaching out to me and things like that. He had reached out to me through my VCL system, of course, my automated system. That's why he found me and reached out to me. I wasn't really doing outreach at this point. And so he had reached out to me. He said, you know, I had this belief in my mind where all you marketers suck. But I went through your VCL system and, you know, I like what you have to offer. I like your style, whatever. I forgot what the email said exactly, but you know, I want to give you a chance. I want to give you a try, right? And so he told me he had spent $4,000 every single month on SEO company for X amount of time, got zero results from it, right? And so I had this 30-day time frame that I told him, hey man, if I don't get you results in 30 days, I'll give you your money back, right? So I had a 30-day time frame to get him results in order for him to be happy, right? So I set up his lead generation. I'm ecstatic. I set up his whole system in about a day or so, 24 hours. We get his lead generation campaign, his whole system up to get, you know, him new leads and stuff like that. Within 48 hours, he got phone calls. He had phone calls coming in, and that got him really excited. Him and his partner. On that first day, he reached out to me, you know, hey Jordan, you know, we're getting calls coming. I'm super excited. This is working. We're, you know, where we're coming from, you know, he said, even though these leads didn't turn into customers, he was still happy with the fact that he was getting phone calls. Like in general, that's how bad the results he got with his previous SEO company was, right? So he was just happy about the fact that I was getting him phone calls. And so even though he didn't get any new customers yet, on that first day that we ran his campaign, he was getting phone calls. And you know, even though those phone calls didn't turn into customers, he was still happy, sent me an email, and, you know, said that he was ecstatic about the results so far, and he's excited to continue and see what the results turn out to be, right? And so, to keep this story short with him as a client, he's still a client today, July. You know, this is April, so he's been 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, 15 months in business. I'm in business for 15 months. He's still a client today. He went from one office in a very competitive city, in a competitive state, to multiple offices throughout the state. And, you know, he's still a client today. And yeah, he grew from one office to multiple offices. He's still a client today. And I'm really proud of, you know, I'm really happy that that was really the turning point for me. He was sort of like, man, he really gave me the confidence, you know, to be able to replicate the results for all of my other clients. You know, now that, you know, I found my niche, you know, because I've got results for this guy who's in a certain niche, I'm confident that I helped him grow from one office to multiple offices. I can help many more people just like him. Okay, so we gotta keep moving on. I know this video is long, but it's gonna be worth it, guys. I hope this video motivates you guys. And, you know, I know you guys might be in your first month, third month, 12 months. It doesn't matter what it is. Everyone has their own timeline. But look, guys, this is my journey, and I'm going, you know, hopefully this will shortcut your journey in getting you your first client. All right, so that's April. We signed our first client. Bam, I got a sense of relief. In the month of May, we signed another client. Now, this client wasn't as big as you could tell. It was about a $1,900, $967 deal, right? So we signed another client for about $1,000. So now I have two clients making $3,000 a month. I had quit my job already. 9 to 5 is out the window. I'm working full time on my digital marketing agency because I see the potential in it. And plus, I would rather be making, you know, $3,000 a month working from home and have the potential to grow it than go make $4,000 a month at a job where I don't like, gotta drive to, gotta be somewhere at a certain time, clock in, talk to people, have a supervisor over my shoulder all the time. Didn't like that, didn't love it. So I'm like, all right, 9 to 5 is out the window. I'm gonna focus full time on my digital marketing agency. And even though I was making $2,000, $3,000 a month, it wasn't much, right? But I was enjoying this way much more. Like, just being able to do this myself on my own time, at home, in the comfort of my own home, was the best. That's the reason. For some of you guys might not be, you know, you guys not be able to focus at home, whatever. Well, you can still go anywhere with the Wi-Fi connection, right? Internet connection, it works. So in the month of May, that's when I signed my second client. We made $2,880.78 in net. I'm happy. I am stoked. Mind you, I came from making $500 to $850 per month on my services to making close to $3,000 a month in my digital marketing agency. So you could tell, you know, for those of you that have an agency yourself, you know how exciting that is. And for those of you that isn't really there yet, or stuck at 1-2 clients, or have gotten your first 2 clients, you know that you're ecstatic just making that first $1,000, making that first $2,000, $3,000 online from home, right? Or online in general. So I'm super ecstatic, and I just want to continue this. To me, I'm like successful, right? Not successful, but I've gotten a good amount of success. So I want to obviously continue this, right? I'm really ecstatic. I'm really happy about this. And so summer kicks in, right? June kicks in, and check this out, guys. I believe this is the spike. Boom! Look at that. June, right? The third month of really being in business with my first client, I made $8,100 that month. $8,100 in June. 3 months in business. 3 months in having my first client. Like, that is a huge jump. To go from $3,000 to $8,000, that's a $5,000 jump, guys. And so I feel ballin'. I feel like I'm gonna go rent a Lambo and start flexing or something like that, right? I feel good about myself. I feel like I made it with my digital marketing agency. And this was when I was like, you know what? Those stories that I'm hearing, those people that are making, you know, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 6-figure agency, 7-figure agency, it's starting to become real. It's starting to become possible. It's realistic to me now. It's something that I could attain, you know, because when I first started this, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this. I honestly didn't think that this was attainable. I didn't think it was real, because there's a ton of stuff out there that isn't real. For example, there are, you know, a lot of drop shipping companies. I don't want to knock on drop shipping companies, because I'm not really there yet with drop shipping, and I've done drop shipping in the past. But a lot of drop shippers, they flex their how much they made in revenue, but on the back end, they're not netting much, right? Because they're spending a lot of money on advertising, stuff like that. Like it's not really realistic, like what they're showing you isn't really real. Like that's not really how much they're making is what I'm trying to say. So this right here, however, is exactly how much I'm making because my overhead is so low. I'm working from home. I don't pay for anything really, besides, for ClickFunnels and stuff like that. I don't even pay for, and to add more context, this is not the ad spend. Like ad spend is not included. Ad spend is actually separate. The client pays for their own ad spend. So this is pure profit to me. Everything here is profit, right? So in that month of June, we netted $7,862.70. This is the most I've ever made in 1 month. Like that is the most. And you know that I'm excited. I'm really happy. I feel successful, and obviously I want to continue this. I want to, I want to build this to a 6-figure agency. It's so attainable now, right? So June goes by, and this was where, business experience, you're going to go through this. You're going to make your big money, and you're going to take a dip, right? July took a slight dip, $5,750. August comes around, kept my clients. So from June to July, we had lost, I think it looks like one client, maybe one and a half client. I don't really remember, but definitely we lost a client here from June to July. And, that's expected. Not every client's going to stay on with you, for whatever reason. And at the time, like I said, I was still a beginner. I wasn't a guru lead generation. I wasn't, a master marketer because I didn't have any marketing experience. No marketing experience, no marketing knowledge, no tech skills. I'm doing all this for the first time. And for many of you guys who are starting out your agency, you might be in the same situation where, you're just starting out. You don't have any experience, and that's okay because this is my exact journey. So, beginning experience, lost a client. I wasn't sad. I was just so excited, going from 8,000. My next goal was obviously to get to $10,000 per month, and that didn't happen. So I took a hit, but I was still happy about the fact that I was still making money. I'm like, still I'm making over $5,000 a month, which is still really good. A year, it comes out to about $60,000 a year, right? That's still working like a full-time job. This, in my head, is that, hey man, at least this is better than working your job, right? Definitely 100 times better than working my 9 to 5. So I was cool with it, but I still wanted to grow my agency. I still obviously want to grow my business. So August comes around, maintained it, stayed the same. September comes around, we take another hit. Looks like we lost another client, so we've lost 2 clients now. And it's just experience, guys. You're gonna go through it. If you're going at it on your own, if you're trying to figure it out on your own, and you do find some success, business with anything, it's gonna have its up and downs, right? You're not gonna just keep going up. That's no possible way, right? You're gonna go down. You're going to learn why you took that dip, and that's when you're gonna take 2 steps back to take 3 to 5 steps forward, right? So this is when I learned how to produce better results for my clients. I learned that not everything's gonna be exactly the same. Like there's no cookie cutter way, obviously. Otherwise everyone would be successful. But from $8,000 to $4,500, at least it was still better than working my 9 to 5. But however, I'm like, man, I'm starting to get on the hot seat. I got my income pretty much cut in half. How can I grow my agency? How can I, make sure we're going up and not going down, right? So we took a hit in September. And so this is when we started stepping out, right? From September to October, we went up, right? And so this is when, all right, cool. Whatever I'm doing is working. I'm working on my system still, building out more systems for my agency, for my business. I'm figuring it out where, hey, you know what? Whatever I'm not good at, I got to delegate. I got to build systems around that. And I got to build systems in general for my, throughout my entire agency so I can focus on the growth. Most people who start a business, they're too busy being a slave and working inside their business They're putting all their energy in working, wearing all the different hats inside their business, instead of overseeing your agency and focusing on how can I grow the business. Because at the end of the day, if you want to really grow your business exponentially, you want to put your time and energy and your thoughts into building your business, into building your agency. So if you're putting your thoughts and energy into working inside your business, you're not going to have enough energy and thoughts to put into growing your business instead, right? So every single day you have a certain amount of thoughts, energy, and glycogen in your mind to burn every single day. And so if you minimize on the small decisions, you can focus that energy and thoughts into making bigger decisions. And in this case, is to grow your business, right? So the tip here is to delegate and systemize your business as much as possible so that you can focus more of your energy and your thoughts into growing the business, right? So as you can see here, we took that dip in September. We need to figure out a way not to take another dip. October comes around, good. Now we're seeing some improvements here. We need to keep it coming, right? And look at, oh man, look, I gotta smell that one more time, guys. This right here was when I was really happy, right? We went from $4,500 in September. October we saw close to $8,000, $7,800. From October to November, $14,000. That's about a $6,000 jump. It's about from here to here, $6,000 jump from. It can change just like that, guys. It can change in just 1 month. 1 month is all it takes. From September, $4,500 to November, within the 2-month time frame there, $10,000 in extra revenue. That got $14,000 in 1 month. This is the most I've ever made. Over 10K. My goal was to just make 10K per month, right? Mind you, I've never made $10,000 per month. That was my initial goal. Well, my initial goal was to build a 6-figure agency, which is to make, $8,333 a month, which I was close here in June. I was close. I wasn't at 6 figures yet, but I was close, right? I couldn't call it a 6-figure agency yet. So here, $7,763. Not a 6-figure agency yet. November, we are a 6-figure agency, baby, and we surpassed that $8,333. We were at $14,000, guys. This was when now to add some context to this. This was when I was documenting my journey, obviously, on YouTube. I had documented it in July. So in July, that's when I was starting to make a little bit of money, 2019. That's when I started my YouTube channel. I documented my journey and stuff like that. People followed me. And, I wanted to make a little bit more money. So I released the course. I released the beta version. I think I sold it for like $200 or something like that. And, it was kind of to just teach you, what I know so far, my experience, right? My Google ads, my high converting landing page, my VCL system, what's working for me. And, people purchased my course and people ran with it. They got great results from it. I had students where they landed their first client within the first 2 weeks. I've had clients where they landed, within the first few months, whatever it is. Everyone has their own timeline. And I was in the trenches with my students. I was sharing what was working for me. Now, I didn't get that many students. A majority of this income right here didn't come from courses. Obviously, I didn't sell, I didn't sell 20 courses or anything like that. I was selling it for like $200. And so, yeah, a majority of it was clients. And so at $14,000 with the supplement of the courses, it helped me reach $14,000, which was amazing. And so obviously, the course sales doesn't last. I'm not going to sell courses every month or something like that because I didn't have a big following on YouTube or anything like that. And, I was just selling my courses for about $200. People buy it, people don't buy it, right? If they trust me, they buy it. If they don't, it's all good. At the time, it was just an extra income for me to teach students what was working for me and give them attention and kind of be in the trenches with them and sharing what's working and what's not working, right? And so we took a dip, but I'm still excited because a majority of these were still clients. I don't remember the exact how many clients I had exactly, but I would say it was around maybe 8 to 10 clients. Mind you, I wasn't charging $2,000 for every client. I was really just trying to get clients in general. I charged $1,000. I had one client where she couldn't really afford it, so I charged her $750. I had a guy, he was kind of like one of my first clients, and I was really just trying to get new clients in general. Charged him $500. He's still a client with me today. For $500, he kind of just got grandfathered in at $500. So, that's why I was about 8 to 10 clients in, and I'm excited. It doesn't matter to me because I'm at a 6-figure agency. I'm making over 10K per month, so it's all good. And we made some course sales here and there. Gross volume here in January 2020, we're still over 10K, still happy, and things like that. Still ecstatic, and I'm happy, guys. I'm enjoying. The best part of it all is that I'm enjoying it. I love it. It's a lot better than working a 9 to 5. I'm working from home on my own time, doing my thing, and I have that freedom that I'm looking for. I have that time freedom. Being able to if I don't want to work on a weekday, I don't have to work on a weekday. And the fact that I automated my entire agency, or most of, like 95% of my agency, 90 to 95% of my agency, I really only work about 4 hours a week, 4 to 8 hours a week. I spend a lot of my time now sharing how I built up my 6-figure agency, building up my YouTube channel. I have students that I give my undivided attention to because I want them to succeed as well. And yeah, so that's that in January. We made $11,000. February, we gained a couple more clients. We were up to $13,000, right? So I'm happy. Like, I'm cool with it. It's gonna have its ups and downs and things like that, but I'm happy, and I'm figuring out more ways to grow the agency, grow the business, get more clients and stuff like that. And so, right when I was gonna do that, right when obviously I'm hyped, right? Going from November, December, we're over 10K. January, we're over 10K. 2020, it's gonna be a great month. I'm excited. I want to scale this to obviously 6.5 to 7 figures because I have so much momentum here. February hits, great, and then this pandemic goes in. And as you can see here, we're on the decline. We go from 11,000, 13,000 to 11,000, which is still cool to me, making over $10,000 per month, which is great. I'm not complaining. Pandemic hits, and we go from we lose out on about $4,000, right? So we're kind of like here, right? Like from here to here, that's where we're kind of at during that pandemic. Businesses were shutting down. And stuff like that. So I did take a hit. We lost, a couple clients there. From here, I'm not selling courses anymore. I'm not selling courses at all here. It was this right here was all clients. And so, yeah, April 7,500, and that's a big hit. We took a big hit, and so I was in the hot seat trying to figure out, all right, how can I prevent this from going, even more down? I got to figure out a way to get it up. Well, luckily, nothing lasts forever. News comes out, things start to get better. Businesses starts to open up a little bit more. And so from April to May, look at that, guys. We're back on that 10K per month. That's what we did there. We gained an extra $2,500. Businesses are starting to open back up. So, during that time, a lot of people had their doubts, is the agency, is digital marketing space, is SMA, whatever you call it, is it, pandemic proof, right? Is it going to be able to weather through like a crash or something like that, right? And it did, even though the pandemic happened, and yes, I did take a dip, we did take a dip, I was still making $7,500. I still made $7,500 that month, which still enables me to work from home, which still enables me to have the financial freedom, which still pays for all the bills and stuff like that, guys. So even though I made less, I still enjoyed what I was doing. And when I say I enjoyed what I was doing, I really mean I don't have to work a 9 to 5. That's exactly what I mean. Um, all that means is I'm not working at a job, and that's what makes me happy. So if I'm able to work from home doing this, I'm way happy. So at $7,500 a month, we took a dip during the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we took a dip. Lost a two clients, I believe, and no, we lost like 2 to 3 clients, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, we did take a dip. Not gonna lie, but we bounced back. Signed a client, $10,000. The very next month, businesses started to open back up, and like I said, guys, in business, it's going to have its ups and downs no matter what, right? There's going to be something that happens with the world, with you, with whatever it is. It does, life is going to throw curveballs at you, and you're going to have to, face these obstacles and figure out a way every single time, right? There's going to be obstacles. There's not going to be, you build this business one time and life is going to be amazing and perfect. It's never going to be like that with anything. Not just business, just with everything in general, right? So as you could see here in my journey, every single month there was always some type of obstacle. There was never like oh man, how it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like there was always, in every single month there was always facing some type of obstacle, some type of challenge. Whether it's how can I grow the business? Oh my goodness, we took a dip. How do we prevent it from dipping more? This happened, the pandemic happens. How do I last through the pandemic? There's always an obstacle, so it's normal, right? And so you got to just build that mindset, have that mindset to really be able to weather the storm, be prepared for the storm, and then once that storm hits, be able to weather it, get through it, and continue to grow your agency, right? And so in June, another 10K month. We're still alive. We're still in the pandemic. June 2020, May and June, it's still pandemic stuff going on. We're still consistently making over 10K per month, right? And today, July 12th, I'm happy to say, guys, you guys been with me this entire journey. I appreciate you guys if you guys made it through this entire journey, through this entire video with me, because you get to see how much grind, how much hard work, what the emotions were like. It was a roller coaster, right? It's not easy, obviously, and there's obviously stressful times when we taken dips, and it might have been uncertain at times, right? And so today, July 12th, we've already made $6,000, and we still have the rest of the month. I'm expected to make about 14. This might be my biggest month. In the month of July, I'm expected to make about 15 to 17K per month. Not everything is actually going through Stripe either. I do have make some other sales through PayPal and other source of incomes, smaller source of incomes. Majority of my income comes through from Stripe, but yeah, July 12th today, we've already 6,000, and we got about another 8,000 on the way just from clients and stuff like that. So about $14,000, $15,000 to $17,000 a month. I'm starting to spend more money on ads because I have that type of budget for ads and stuff like that. I'm also promoting my course a lot more, my mentorship program. Lots of students are in it. I'm giving a lot of my attention to my YouTube channel and to my students, because my agency is pretty much automated at this point. And yeah, guys, that's the journey to how I made over $130,000 within 15 months, right? Well, it's been more than 15 months since we've had our first clients, or November. What is November? 1, 12, 13, plus 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 20 months in, almost 2 years. We're almost 2 years into the agency, but 15 months in since I had my first client. And looking back, reflecting on this now, what would be my biggest advice to you guys be if you're just starting out your agency? Obviously, for 6 months straight, I had no idea what I was doing, and some people are against this. I'm not against this at all, but if it's possible for you guys to get a mentor, go get yourself a mentor. And it doesn't have to be me. It has to be someone that you like, someone who is genuine, someone who has shared their journey. I mean, I know I'm naming myself, but this is honestly, because there's a ton of internet gurus out there where they have a course, they share their lifestyle, their Lambos, their nice houses and stuff like that, and I could do that, right? I could do the same thing. I just want to focus more on my time on not that right now. And so, you don't pick a mentor because they're sharing their lifestyle. Pick a mentor that gives value first. Pick a mentor where you're like, hey, I want to be in that guy's shoes, at the end of the day. I want to be able to do that. Exactly what he's doing, I want to be doing, right? And so picture yourself in their shoes. Don't just, buy a course, because there's a bad rep in the whole internet guru mentorship program. I'm aware of it. And not every course is the same. Not every course gives the same value. Not every course is going to teach you exactly how they did it, right? And whether they did it or not, we don't even know if they did it. If you're just buying a course because they show off their cars, then you don't even know if they actually built up the business, right? Because anyone can just rent a car or rent a home, Airbnb and things like that, promote it and sell courses, right? You got to see if they're legitimate. You got to see if they've actually if they actually do what they teach, if they actually preach what they teach, or are they just teaching and hoping to sell courses, right? So that's my journey. I don't have any 7-figure claims for you guys. I'm not going to claim that I make 20, 30, 50, 100K a month. This is my exact journey. And so that is my biggest advice, is to share that a piece of advice. If you're just starting out, get yourself a mentor that can teach you the right system, step-by-step playbook that can that's easy, digestible for you to learn, and just follow along, right? And just build out your agency. And so, a lot of people also been asking me, Jordan, you made over 100K, you're balling, right? Why don't you get yourself a new car? Why don't you get yourself a new apartment? Why don't you buy this? Why don't you invest in that, right? So people start becoming financial advisors. People start telling you to buy stuff, buy new cars and homes and stuff like that. And that's not where my mind is at. My mind is more into like, dude, I'm trying to get my own house or something. I want to buy a home. I want to buy my first rental property, right? I'm not trying to get a new Porsche. I don't want a new Benz. I don't want a new GTR, and stuff like that. I could do that. That's easily could be done. Because my credit score is amazing as well. My credit score is like close to 800. So, my goal is bigger things than that. It's not about the cars. It wasn't really about that to begin with. Like I said, I started this because I wanted time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And, that's, so my goals are still aligned with that. I want to get rental properties. That's my next step. Eventually I'm going to get a nice car and stuff like that. But right now I'm not even, I want to be in a very comfortable situation to buy those type of luxuries. So yeah, there's people, I see people, hey Jordan, buy a new car, man, get a nice apartment. Hey man, I'm happy in my room, comfortable here. People are saying, what else are they saying? Jordan, how come you don't edit? How come you don't hire people to edit your videos? How come you don't, do this and that, right, to make things better? I don't know. There's a lot of people, giving advice and stuff like that. But for me, my mind is elsewhere. I want to keep more of the profits so that I can put that into something much bigger that aligns with my goals, right? So guys, I hope this journey has motivated you. I hope this journey, if you're going through the journey and maybe you're in month 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and you are, you have the same, you relate to part of this journey, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. I would really appreciate it. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on this journey. Was it fast? Was it slow? Was it something you expected? Was it not? Where you're at, and I want to know where you're at in your journey. I love connecting with people who is in the digital marketing space. I love giving my advice, free advice, to people who reach out, and in my comment section on my Facebook page. I have a private Facebook group for those of you who want to connect with me, and digital and other digital marketers, if you want to ask more questions and things like that, I have a private Facebook group. It's absolutely free. The link's in the description. I have a free webinar training. That link's in the description. I have my own mentorship program. If you want to be, literally handheld by me and walk you through building up your agency, and kind of just skip this first 6 months here. Skip the 6 months of, stressed and not knowing what to do, to just putting 1 to 2 months in of just building out your systems. That way you can get your first client a lot faster. And that time varies for everybody. Like I said, I have had students where they got their first client within the first, third week. And then I've had students who had gotten their clients in the first, second, third weeks. And then I have had students that, took a few months, right? Everyone goes at their own pace, at their own time. But I have my own mentorship program, to be upfront with you guys. If you guys want to be handheld through that, you guys can check all that out. Everything's in the link in the description. But, let me know your thoughts are on this journey. I'm actually really happy, really excited, really proud of this agency. I went from working 9 to 5, not seeing any success for 6 months, and being able to build this up. You guys might see this as a success story. I see it as a success story for myself, but now I have way much bigger goals now that I'm trying to reach. So stay tuned, guys. If you guys want to keep up with the journey, give it a big subscribe. You guys want to follow the journey, be a part of the journey, be a part of the family. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys for being a part of this journey with me. And until the next video, I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
JLE got it bumping. Hey.